Alright, so I was shopping around in Chamsherbo for a new build. Right now, what I have for my editing rig is basically just my test bench. My graphics card, CPU, everything is just basically exposed to the elements of the room at least. But it also means it's just really an accident away, like a coffee spill from just being totaled. So it's not really the safest place, and it's been like this for about a month. It's about time I build my own editing rig. While I've been shopping around for my editing rig, came across something interesting, and the shopkeeper actually suggested it to me, and that's this. Code Laboratories liquid metal pads. Not sure what it is. He hasn't heard much feedback. He doesn't know how well it works, but he was just curious as if I was interested in trying it out. And of course, I said yes. But I haven't really found too much information on its performance on the internet, so of course there's only one way to find out if it's any good, is to try it out myself. Alright, usually thermal paste is not that interesting of a topic. Even pre-applied stuff in most heat sinks and AIO water coolers are pretty darn good already. For the most part, there hasn't been much innovation for thermal paste, or thermal interface rather. There hasn't been much innovation in that area for quite a while. The most recent one that's kind of interesting is graphite pads. I am very curious how this liquid metal pad kind of came about. It is pretty interesting. Haven't heard of this before with any other manufacturers, so I'm going to make a comparison with a couple other thermal pastes. So I have two highly recommended thermal pastes over here. This is the Arctic MX4. I also have the Noctua thermal paste, the NTH1. NTH1, and it's just over here. And that's what I've been using up until now. And so I'm going to give it a head-to-head comparison. So I think the 9900K is the best CPU to test this because it is known to run hotter than most AMD chips. So I also have a new test bench. I'm going to put it all together with the 9900K from Prime 95 and see what happens. So let's get started. Right, so I'm having a little bit of a snafu with this computer build. What I've done is I chose my old Intel board with the Z390 Aorus Extreme. I stuck my 9900K engineering sample in it, and it won't boot. I think it might be a problem with the RAM, I'm not sure, although that's really weird because I'm just using the RAM I got from the second-hand build a couple videos ago, and yeah, it's just not working. So what I do think I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my AMD build and we'll just continue the experiment there. I thought the 9900K would have been the better CPU for this, just because it does heat up quite nicely, gets nice and toasty. But, oh well, what are you gonna do? I'll try to troubleshoot it and figure out later on. Might even do a video on how to troubleshoot a PC, but that's maybe like a future video. But anyways, let's go back to my AMD 3900X and we'll just do a testing there. Alright, so I just started testing and I figured I'd just record a little bit of the progress. I'm actually done testing both normal thermal paste and I've just put in the liquid metal pad, and initially the temperatures was insane. Started off 90 plus degrees. As you can see, the max temperature there is 91. It did start cooling down though, and it started gradually going back down to 86. It was at 1.85, but it seems to have stabilized here. Mind you, I've only just started testing the liquid metal pad, and I'm going to run it for 1 hour, just like the 2 thermal paste tests I did, and see what happens after an hour. Hopefully the temperatures come down a little bit, because the package does say it needs to melt before it adheres properly. So hopefully it works, and hopefully that also was not 80 Hong Kong dollars wasted. That for single-use thermal paste, that's actually kind of expensive. But regardless, I'll see you guys later in an hour. Okay, I'm back with the results, and things are a little bit disappointing. I was expecting at least something comparable. From my knowledge and understanding of liquid metals, it actually performs just about the same as regular old thermal paste, assuming you're just putting on top of the IHS. In fact, it's much worse. The Noctua NTH1, which is what I've been using, scored 81.5 degrees when I was running Prime 95. It's perfectly acceptable considering Prime 95 puts a really unrealistic load onto the CPU, and with a 12-core processor, that's going to be a lot of heat. That happens. I was pleasantly surprised with Arctic MX4's performance. It scored 79.5 degrees Celsius, and it costs about the same. Between these two thermal pastes, I probably just would have picked the cheaper one in the store, because 1 degree is not going to make a whole bunch of difference. Now, the entire point of this video is the Cool Laboratory liquid metal pad, and it came at a whopping 86.5 degrees. It was fluctuating somewhere between 85 and 87, hovering mostly around 86. And that's just really disappointing. Not only is the temperature a lot higher, it's also a single use only. From the packaging, it says that it's designed to melt and adhere both the So according to the package, it's designed to melt and adhere the IHS onto the cooler, and at first I guess it must have been what's happened, because it started off at 90 degrees Celsius and that was a really high temperature, and I thought to myself, it must be because of the fact that it hasn't melted yet and it hasn't stuck onto the cooler. So I kind of gave it some time. About an hour later, it reduced the temperature all the way up to about 84-85 degrees Celsius, and it kind of fluctuated somewhere between 85 and 86 mostly, and occasionally hitting 87. Now that's a pretty big disappointment, because not only is it more expensive than the two tubes of thermal paste that I have, it's also single use only. If it's designed to melt that little film of metal, that means I can't use it again. And on Amazon or Newegg, I could have just paid another 20-30 Hong Kong dollars, which is maybe about $4 US. Could have paid that little bit extra and could have got a tube of liquid metal. I could have used a ton more. So this is super disappointing, and I highly recommend you stay away from this product unless you really want liquid metal and you really can't be bothered to apply it yourself. However, having said that, I am kind of curious if it actually melted, so I think I'm gonna go take a look at it right now. Alright, so I unscrewed the heatsink for the AIO, and let's take a look at what happened to the liquid metal. What the heck? There's nothing there. All it did was melt onto the top. That basically did nothing. I'm gonna set it down and see what happened to it. See if I can peel it off. So that's it. That's the liquid metal pad, I guess. So this is super disappointing because it didn't even melt. Yeah, definitely don't recommend this product. So hopefully you guys found this video interesting. If you ever come across this product, make sure you stay away from it. And maybe we all learned something, but debatable if there's anything to be learned from this. This could have just been a piece of aluminum foil from Mom's kitchen. Alright, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!